as long as you love me. As long as you love me. Although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. Some people say I'm crazy and that I am blind, risking it all in a glance. And how you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. I don't care what is written in your history, as long as you're here with me. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Every little thing that you said and done, it feels like it's deep within me. Oh yeah. It doesn't really matter if you're on the run, it seems like we're meant to be. I don't care who you are, where you're from, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, you did, as long as you love me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, ooh. As long as you love me. See, I've tried to hide it so that no one knows, but I guess it shows when you look into my eyes. What you did and where you coming from, I don't care, as long as you love me, baby. Ooh, yeah, as long as I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, as long as you love me. What you did, I don't care, as long as you love me.
That was Backstreet Boys with one of their very first smash hits, As Long As You Love Me, from their Diamond debut record. That's pretty cool. Diamond.
Diamond. Go over 10 million in sales in a specific region, like in America, they consider you diamond.
Wow.
So.
Well, I want to go back to the beginning for you guys. You were all in Orlando eventually
Yeah.
auditioning, except for Brian.
Nick was
He
living
still
in
Kentucky.
Tampa.
Okay.
Tampa, yeah.
And Brian was still back in Lexington.
Okay.
Kevin was working
He was
at
just
Disney.
born in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, he was born in
Well, when he was young, he came down from New York. That's what I meant.
But it wasn't at the time for the audition.
Yeah, no.
Hey, I got to take a train.
No, there was this newspaper thing back in Orlando called the Blue Sheet, which was like the classifieds for entertainers. And in it, there was this little piece that said, entrepreneur looking for 5-piece, singing group, a la New Kids on the Block meets Boyz II Men. And I was the first one to go down there. I went, sang for him, did a little dance routine, got the part, and then the very next day we had continued auditions. Nick came in. What did you sing again?
I sang Richard Marx, Take This Heart Away.
Yeah.
And
what did you sing, Howard?
Wow.
I sang Bobby Brown's.
That's right, My Prerogative.
Oh my God!
And
Did you do the dance to it?
My Prerogative.
Oh no,
It's my. Did you
I sang.
Not exactly. I didn't do that.
What? I forgot what I sang.
Whatever, dude.
I know.
So, it's so.
I know that. Somebody asked me to do "Didn't I Blow Your Mind" this time, and I'm like,
Listen, tell me this though. Tell me this, and I'm going to ask you guys a
Brian's
question.
going to now turn into the interview.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I love it.
Sorry, Stepper.
Go for it.
Let me take your chair, brother. No,
You want to switch?
Come on, your microphone.
Whose sheet did they lose? Because
Howie's.
It was it
mine.
yours?
Howie
where
got
you
it, and then they
actually-
lost
You
his-
kind of made the group,
Yeah.
and then you got.
The real story is I used to
had
have
to
a
re-audition.
stage name many years ago when I actually knew AJ back from the
I've known him.
auditioning
We've known each
scenes
other for
when we
over
were young
20 years.
kids.
See, there's a little bit of
And,
truth in that.
Right.
So I actually had a stage name that a manager had chosen for me named Tony Dannetti. And so I went on this audition. I missed the audition that AJ was talking about. I was in Puerto Rico with my family, but when I came back, I actually called up the woman who was doing the audition, and I had a private audition at Lou's house. Well,
Private,
they said,
Mr. Ooh, I'm private.
I was
Private
lucky
session.
enough that
Hey,
he lived
private
right down the
session.
street.
You had a private
I don't
session.
remember
Exactly.
that kind of.
Hey, I
And so-
did
But
too.
see,
So me and you, Howie.
but see, my problem was
You didn't
I was
initially make the band,
well.
did
Here's
you?
the coincidence was that I was in a situation where I had to make a choice because I had already
You
done
were
an
already
audition.
kind of a child star.
Well, not necessarily.
No,
I was nothing back then.
Something
Not
of a
necessarily.
child
He's
No,
star.
I was
get there.
hopefully on my way up. Basically, I had gone for an audition for their Mickey Mouse Club, and this was when they were running and it was doing really well, and I had got the audition. And then I think, I don't know if it was a couple days later, I did the audition for the boys, and me and my mom had made a decision. She's like, do you want to do Mickey Mouse Club or do you want to do the Backstreet Boys? Backstreet Boys had really no promising
Sure.
anything, and then
But they didn't
and then there
then
was
you got
but there
Disney.
was a $40,000 contract on my table with
Oh.
Mickey Mouse Club.
That's a lot of money.
And back then, you know, I was middle lower class family, so I
And
was
you were like 8?
Wow.
no,
And you just
I was
went,
12. I was 11. I was 12.
You went on a wing and a prayer and
You
thought,
were
you know what,
11.
I have a feeling
was
about
11.
this? Or did you choose Disney and then
No,
eventually
no,
get
we
pulled
didn't choose Disney on purpose.
out? Okay.
And then the
Wow.
Mouse
That's what I
Club
told you.
fell down, and then everything was.
Everything
and
It
then,
fell down.
The mouse
Well,
club.
it
The mouse ears
the
fell
mouse
off.
go boom.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, I heard that Kevin, your cousin at the time, actually called you while you were in a high school class.
I was
Is
in-
that true? Get
I
down
was-
here and audition for this group.
I was a junior in high school, and I was in Miss Rickwald's U.S. history class.
I love that you remember her name.
I will never forget it because it was life-changing for me. I was sitting in class in the back row, and school was about to be out. There was like 20 minutes left in the day, and you know the bell comes over. You know this is old-fashioned back in the day.
Yeah, they come on
the
the
bell comes over. It's like, Brian Littrell, you have a phone call in the office, and I was like, oh God. You know, like the
What did I
first
do?
fear
You're in
came
trouble.
over. Well, I thought I was in trouble, and then I thought, wait, I haven't cheated on a Spanish test lately. And secondly, you know, I thought something was wrong with my family. Like I thought somebody was in an accident or something like that. So
Right.
I freaked out. So I ran to the office, picked up the phone, and Kevin's like, hey man, what's up? And I'm like, hello? And he's like, it's Kev, what's up? And I'm like, what are you calling me at school for? And he's like, I'm in this group and I don't want to, you know, I didn't know, I'll speed up the process, is that he had already called my mom and dad, talked to my mom and dad to see if it was even okay to approach me about the idea.
Wow.
And I didn't know this until later on, many years later. You know, it's a blessing. I mean, I met these guys April 20th, 1993 at the band house. The very first time they took me to Mr. Perlman's house. I had a private audition, like Howie, I was cool. And I sang some New Kid songs. And, you know, they took me to the band house, and that's where we sang together for the first time, Into
In
the
the
Road.
garage.
Wow.
Into the Road, Boys to
Yep.
Men, right?
No, it's hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
It's so hard to say goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you guys first launched, you didn't launch here. I mean, maybe you did and it didn't kind of go so well at first, and then off you were overseas. You become the biggest selling debut artist in the world, worldwide, with the exception of America. What was it like for you guys that first 2 years coming home to your homeland and nobody knows who you are? Meanwhile,
little
you're
weird.
We had a
selling
name
millions of
for it.
records.
No
What was
fan
it?
land.
We called it No Fan.
No fan land.
No
Because we would
family?
get on a plane
our
and we would
fans
go
would
over to
appreciate that
Europe.
now.
Yeah, we would get on a plane, we'd go to Europe, and when we would land, there would be thousands of people at the airport waiting for us. And then after we did our tour, we would come back home and it'd be like, chirp, chirp.
Reality.
That's what it would sound like.
It's like, welcome to Orlando
Well,
International
there was this-
Airport.
there
and
was
then
a
they're knocking
whole,
you out
like-
of the way. Get your bag! We're like, oh, there were just 3,000 people in Madrid. you
Ripping
know.
our
It was like-
clothes off.
Music, tell our
Music
family
here,
that.
like the whole music scene that was going on here at that time was heavy, like
Gangster rap.
Dre, gangster rap, hip hop, and like Nirvana.
That whole Euro dance pop
there
thing
was
had not
nothing
come
like
here
that.
yet,
There was
so it makes
nothing in
perfect
To be
between.
honest, like
there was nothing in between
Hanson
Dr.
and
Dre
Spice Girls kind of opened the door before we came back here, as far as like this huge pop thing that like started really happening.
Yeah.
And then we come back, and all of a sudden things start to pick up for us here, and then
It
the
was
rest
great
was
though,
just
because we actually
history.
had a chance to really hone and perfect our craft by doing it the way we did.
It was crazy because we blew up in Europe, in Germany and Austria and Switzerland first, and then it bled to France and then to the UK. And then
Didn't
was
take over
Montreal.
Then we
Asia,
blew
too.
up to Montreal because of the French-speaking Providence in Montreal from France. So then it spread like wildfire to Vancouver, and people in North and South Dakota were listening to Canadian radio stations, listening to a song called Quit Playing Games with My Heart. And they were calling their radio station requesting it, and nobody had it. They were like, I don't know who this is.
That was
you know,
back
so-
when
an
radio
import.
stations
And
could
this is-
actually play what they wanted.
Yeah, when they
to.
wanted
Yes,
to play
I
what
know.
they wanted
I actually
to.
worked
So,
there, right on that
you know.
cusp.
And then our fans,
good.
I mean, it's only because of our fans that really, they bug the crap out of the music television, you know, places and the video channels to play our videos, and we appreciate it, I think, more because of that.